What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today is day 18 of all Imperial Beer Theme Month here on the channel. And the beer I'm reviewing today once again comes from Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers, and they are out of Framingham, Massachusetts, and this is their Fudge Brownie Framinghammer, and this is the 2024 release. So this is a Baltic Porter, and on the side of the label it says Baltic Porter brewed with cacao nibs and vanilla, and on the other side of the label it says brewed with lactose. It comes in at 9% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is just over 9 weeks old, and I want to give a huge thanks, shout out once again to a very good friend of mine and a viewer of the channel, Rick, for this beer. So big thanks to him. In the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies that Rick sent my way, and he sent me a lot. I'm talking a lot of awesome beer, including all 4 variants from the Pastry Porter variety pack that Jack's Abbey released late last year. Those 4 variants are the gingerbread variant, which I reviewed a couple weeks ago, the tiramisu variant, which I reviewed earlier this week, the fudge brownie variant, which I'm reviewing today, and the salted caramel variant, which I'll review before the end of the month. Now, I've been reviewing these on Mondays, and that was the plan until another good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Gregory, mentioned that on January 18th, it is Baltic Porter Day, and I don't really pay attention too much to the whole like beer days when it's like, oh, it's Imperial Stout Day or it's IPA Day or whatever. I just don't. However, since Gregory mentioned it, and I don't review a lot of Baltic Porters on my channel, I thought let's celebrate Baltic Porter Day together by reviewing one of these pastry-esque Baltic Porters from Jack's Abbey. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. So the gingerbread variant was absolutely amazing. One of the best gingerbread-inspired beers I've ever had. The tiramisu variant, a bit disappointing. Little bit of tiramisu, mostly coffee forward. Still a good beer, just not great. This, I love brownies. I'm fat, I love brownies. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm looking forward to this one. So it says luxurious lager brewed with lactose, roasted malts, step infusion mash, and then it says savor the, I think it's pretty much the same as the other one. So savor the decadence of Fudge Brownie Framinghammer, an Imperial Baltic Porter that's pure dessert indulgence. This lager is a luxurious display of chocolatey goodness in a glass. Immerse yourself in the opulence of flavors and elevate your lager experience. Naturally carbonated. Same spiel. I'll read it every single review that I do these because I have OCD and I can't stop myself. So anyway, we're using the Trillium like goblet because I want to be consistent with these beers, so I'm not, showing favor to any of them and reviewing them in different glasses and shapes and this and that. So we'll give it a nice pour here, and then I'll show you the beer. So I love fudge brownies. I love brownies in general. I'm just a brudge. So we're gonna combine fudge and brownie, and we got brudge. So I'm a brudge guy. Anyway. Yeah, that is a very deep dark brown. Looks pitch black on camera. Hold up to light. Looks like root beer. Looks like cola. Finger of this beautiful, straight up brown colored head. Pretty creamy looking. There is some alcohol legs. Not too big, but noticeable. But I would say that plays the role of a Baltic Porter. Certainly a fudge brownie Baltic Porter. So let's get a nose. Wow. Yeah. All right. So the tiramisu, disappointing, right? This is giving me the gingerbread variant vibes where the nose is straight on fudgy brownie. Like that's it. It almost smells like a Tootsie Roll. Yeah, fudge brownie, Tootsie Roll, some kind of just like rich, decadent, kind of sweet confectionery dessert. Wow, wow. Yeah, it's fudgy. Like when, and I've said this in a lot of, big stout reviews and whatnot, I'll be like, oh, that's fudgy brownie batter, or that just is like a fudgy dark chocolate. This is like legit fudge. It's like you melted down fudge or melted down a brownie or a Tootsie Roll and put it into a glass. I don't smell anything else. And I could sit here and BS you and be like, oh, I'm getting roasted malt. They say they're brewed with, right? It says it's brewed with roasted malt, right? Roasted malts. Oh, I'm getting roasted malts. I'm getting the vanilla in here. I'm getting this. I'm getting that. Nope. It's fudge. It's brownie. It's Tootsie Roll. That's it. It smells very rich, very decadent. It does smell like it's going to be sweet. Can't smell sweetness, but perceive sweetness for sure. But this is, in the nose, delivering much like the gingerbread variant. I want to get into this one. Let's do it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again, Rick. Yep. Yeah. Jack's Abbey, 2 for 3 so far. This is not a complex beer in the least. at all. But it's, to me anyway, it's like you combine fudge with like a rich brownie and then Tootsie Roll. I'm getting Tootsie Roll. But this is a little bit bigger and better than the other two, I think. It's like medium full body for a 9%. I'm all right with that. That's like, it's not too viscous. It's not like you're chewing it, but it has a heftier body, and I like that. The mouthfeel has a smooth creaminess to it, a little bit of a crisp sensation. It's clean. The one thing I've noticed about all of these beers, because they are lagers, because they're Baltic Porters, they are somewhat refreshing. And I know how stupid that sounds. Trust me, if I just said that and you're like, well, you roll your eyes and be like, this fucking guy refreshing. It's a 9% Fudge Brownie Baltic Porter. What I mean by that is, like, after I take the sip, it's a clean beer, and it's kind of like, almost like refreshing. There's no other way to explain it. That it kind of like livens up the palate, refreshes me. I want to go back for another sip. This is a rich and decadent beer that's not rich and decadent. Yeah, I know what I said. Yeah, I'm looking right at you. I know. No, I'm an idiot. Yeah, no, for sure. The taste is front to back. Again, combination. I'll repeat myself 3,000 more times. It's fudge meets brownie meets Tootsie Roll. End of story. Front to back. I'm not really getting any roasted malts. There's no vanilla, even though it's brewed with vanilla. Nothing else. Just fudge brownie, period. I'm kind of shocked at how this doesn't have really any complexity, but I really don't care. Finishes with a very like semi-dry finish, mild bitterness. It's sweet, but again, like I'm saying, is like, one thing they've done with this beer, or with this series, this Pastry Porter variety pack, I think these are still very drinkable, and you could definitely, like, let's say one night you're just like, I'm gonna drink a couple big beers. You could easily drink like the gingerbread one and this and like be happy. I don't think you're gonna be, kind of sick to your stomach because it's too sweet. You could drink the entire can. It's only in a 12 fluid ounce can, so it's not a big, 16 fluid ounce pounder can. You want to enjoy, like, when I buy a beer like this, I don't know how it is for any of you, but if I buy something that says Fudge Brownie Baltic Porter, I want it to be Fudge Brownie first and foremost. Then if I get the Baltic Porter, cool. I would like to see the base beer kind of shine through, other than that, like, kind of cleanliness to the mouthfeel, and just as a whole, kind of refreshing nature. I'm really not getting Baltic Porter vibes out of this one, but I don't really give a shit, because if I wanted a good Baltic Porter, I would just buy their Framinghammer, the base, which is, readily available. I don't know if, I still think I'm gonna be a seasonal release, but I could easily grab it whenever they release it. I want something special, and this is something special. I will say one thing I'm getting that's slightly ever so slightly, like a 2% distraction for me, is this is the first of the four, of the three, I got one more to review, that I'm getting a little bit of a metallic vibe from the lactose. I mentioned this in many reviews where lactose in a beer, especially a darker beer, a milk stout, something like that, I'll get a metallic kind of aroma that rarely translates into the taste. I did not get it in the aroma here, but I'm getting in the taste, a slight metallic note. It's not like big in terms of like, it's not an off-putting character, but it's definitely noticeable, so I thought I'd mention it. I don't think I mentioned it at all in the tiramisu one. I really didn't get any metallic character in that or the gingerbread. So this is the first one I think I've gotten a metallic character, but it's not too big and it's not really all that upsetting. 9%, nice warming in the chest, off that palate. This is a winner. So they're 2 for 3. I hope the salted caramel is amazing, because that would mean 3 of the 4 I absolutely loved. And I am a salted caramel fiend. I love salted caramel chocolate. I love salted caramels in general. If you give me a salted caramel ice cream or like a candy bar or whatever, I'm all in on it. So that's why I am saving it to last. I'm reviewing these in order of least to most excited. I thought the gingerbread one would be the worst, and it turns out it's the best to date. I thought the tiramisu one would be the second worst. It is the worst. So we'll see how I end up at the end, but I'm pretty happy with this pack so far. So Fudge Brownie Framinghammer, the 2024 release from Jack's Abbey. I'm gonna go just under the gingerbread variant. I gave that a 4.6. I'm gonna give this I was gonna give it a 4.55, but because of that metallic note, I'm gonna go 4.5. So I'm gonna go 4.5 out of 5 for this. This is awesome. And right now, I think I could safely recommend this Pastry Porter pack, even if the salted caramel one doesn't live up to my own expectations, because 2 of the 4 beers are getting a 4.5 or higher. I would say if you could seek out a single of the gingerbread or this, totally do so. Totally do so. It's worth your time and effort. Price point availability. $27 to $30 a 12-pack for this. Rick, I'm pretty sure, said $28 a 4-pack. That's fine. I tried to explain this in the tiramisu. I don't know if it came through, but basically like $2.50 a can on average, like $2.40, $2.50 a can all day, every day. 9% pastry version, multiple adjuncts, Baltic Porter, really well done. No issues with that. And then the availability is Jack's Abbey. This was a pretty popular release here in the Buffalo, New York area. I saw it at a couple different locations. If you see Jack's Abbey stuff, you probably should have seen this, but that's not a guarantee at all. So, you know, if you do get Jack's Abbey in your area and you're curious about this Pastry Porter pack, seek it out. Go to a couple different beer stores, or maybe they have a beer finder on their website. I think Chaz, viewer of the channel, we always talk distribution, I think he said they have a beer finder on their website. Seek it out, especially if these sound appealing to you whatsoever. I love pastry-esque beers, especially when they're done right. And this is one of the few beers where I'm like not upset that I don't get the Baltic Porter. I'm not really getting anything outside of just like a fudgy, brownie, Tootsie Roll kind of feel to it. And I'm here for it. So yeah, I think Rick really enjoyed this one too. It'll be curious to see. So Rick, if you watch this and then you watch the salted caramel one at the end, I need to know your ratings 1 through 4, how you would rate them. Right now it's gingerbread, fudge brownie, and then the tiramisu. I'm thinking the salted caramel is going to be my favorite, but that's why I thought the tiramisu would be really good, and turned out it was my least favorite to the bunch of the bunch. However, I've given all of these at least a 4.1 out of 5, which just goes to show you that I think as far as Jack's Abbey goes and what they do it well. They really do. Even the tiramisu that I wasn't like the biggest fan of, I still think it was well made. It was more of like a coffee-esque version of their Framinghammer, which is still really good, which is why I gave it a good rating. So if you've had this one before, or if you picked up the Pastry Porter pack, post in the comment section and let me know what you thought about it. Like I said, I got the salted caramel one. You'll see that not this upcoming Monday, but the following Monday, and that'll be it for this pack. And yeah, I can't wait to get into that one. So once again, huge thanks to Rick for this beer. Appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.